Okay, how do you navigate my lab, my math lab? Well, the first thing you do is you go to myhack.lab, my www.hack.mylabsplus.com. Okay, and once you get there, you're going to see the screen that you have here. And what you're going to do is you're going to put your H number in for your username. And you're going to put hack student as your password. You're going to sign in. When you do that, this screen is going to come up. And on this screen, you will pick the semester that you're working in the course. And it'll load your course up. And you'll see your course home. And on your home page, you will see several things that are very important. One, it shows you your upcoming assignments and how much longer you have to do them. It shows you your overall score that you have right now, your time period of what you've done so far and submitted. It shows you your homework at grade, how much homework you've done, your quizzes, your tests, and your study plan. It also shows any announcements that I might have. Okay, so it's very important that you look at this front page because it tells you what you need to do and it helps you keep organized in how much you should be doing each day. Okay, the next thing down is homework. It will show you just your specific homework assignments. And as you can see, I have started chapter 1 and chapter 3 so I could see my scores if I wanted to click those. And it also tells me when they're due. Right here tells me where it's due at. And I can also click it and get into my homework that way. I have my quizzes and my test. It tells me my quiz, when my quiz is due. Okay, that I've already started it but is not finished yet. And it also gives me sample tests and sample quizzes that I can do to get prepared for my tests and quizzes. These are not mandated, but they are useful if you need extra help. Comes up with a study plan. The study plan allows you to go down through, practice each of the sections, and then it'll quiz you on it, and it'll come up with a study plan that you can use to help quiz you at the end on things that you might not know. You have your grade book and tells you how much you have done, what your grade was, and how much time you spent on it. And that's in the past 2 weeks, the past month, the entire course, and all the assignments. Okay? And it also shows your overall grade. And as you can see, I'm not doing very well because I only did a few problems just to demonstrate. Okay, we have our chapter content. In our chapter content, we have the table of contents. You have all your chapters, 1 through 11. It breaks each of the chapters down into sections, so you can go down through each section if you need extra help on each of the sections. There's a video presentation, there's a multimedia e-text for you, and you can also work on your study plan for that section. You have tools for success. And under your tools for success, you can get support. There are video podcasts that you can use. There's chapter prep videos. There's videos on concepts of algebra, review cards, reference cards, more review cards, okay, and applications. So there's plenty of things that you can do under that section as well. Your multimedia library. You can go to a specific chapter in a section and you can pick what you want to see and they will find it for you, and you can go to that library and use that podcast to go over different aspects of that chapter. there's a Pearson tutor service, and when you go to that, it should pop up Pearson tutor services, and if you click that, you can talk to somebody from Pearson that can assist you in what you're learning. We have discussions. You will have to post discussions. When you need to post discussions, you'll go in here. There'll be a thread out with the question that you have to answer, and then you need to post your answer to the thread and also respond to other people according to what your syllabus says. You have course tools, and under your course tools you got an ebook. So if you didn't buy a book in person, you can look up anything you want on this ebook and on the page of the ebook. You have email, so you can see everybody that's in your class, and then you can add them or just email myself. Chat in class live we will not be doing, not at this point anyway. Document sharing, it contains all your documents that I have uploaded for you so that you can download them, and it also tells me how many people have downloaded them and when they've downloaded them. Okay, so that's under doc sharing. And then the rest of this stuff down here, that has to do with me and not with you, because we're under mine. I also have a copy of the syllabus here. Okay, so let's go back up to homework. Okay, we have a homework. And let's say we want to do chapter 3. And you can see I've already done question 4 and I've gotten it correct. That's what that green mark is for. And I did question 11 and I didn't get it correct, so I can always go back and do question 11 again. Homework can be done until the deadline. You can do it over and over again. If you do any question 3 times, it'll put a new question up similar to it, but you can do that 3 times. You can continue to do your questions until you get them all correct. So there's no reason that you don't have 100% on your homework. Okay, so we have our homework here, and it wants to know the solution for x. So, what can we do? Well, one, I can hit the button over here to the right, and I can say, help solve this. And I can hit continue, and I can go by step, work my way through it with them, and come up with the answer. I can view an example. They can give me an example. I can continue, look at what they do, and then go back and do the same thing on my question. I can hit textbook, and it'll take me to the page on the textbook that this was introduced. And I can go through the textbook. I can connect to a tutor and hit connect to a tutor, and it'll connect me to a tutor, and they can help me work through it. I can hit ask my instructor. It'll email me. You would type a question here. You might type down, I do not understand why I got this incorrect, or I do not know how to solve for this, or I do not understand what the question is asking for. You would then send it to me. It would come to me as an email telling me which question you're having difficulty with, and then I would answer it by emailing you back. And you have print. Now, I know some of you work, so you might not be able to be on the computer all the time, and some of you really like to do your problems, your math problems, out in writing. So you can print just the one question, or you can print the entire homework assignment, hit print. It'll print the entire homework assignment out, or just one question, and then you can do it on paper, bring it back, and put it into my mathlab. So it gives you the chance to be able to move it around. Okay? Now, I save this one. It shows that I did it wrong because I did not answer it. Okay? I'm going to go back to question 4, because this was a graphing question. Okay, your graphing questions and some of your other questions, you're going to find your tools over to the side. Okay, now these are the tools for fractions, mixed numbers, exponents, absolute value, your roots, your subscript, your points, and then you can hit this for more. When you're graphing, they will bring a graphing icon up, and it'll have 2 points in a line, and then you will take your cursor and stick it at the point you want, and then you'll bend it to take the next point where you want, and the line will be drawn. And then you'll come back and do the same thing. I put the point at 3 to start. I went down 5 and over 1, clicked, made my other line so I could see where it crossed at. Then I'd hit save and I'd go on. Let me hit similar exercise and see if they'll bring me one up so I can show you what I mean. Here is your line. I would click on this. Now the problem is when I do this, it's hard for me to do it here on the board, so I have to go over to the over to the computer to do it. So I'm going to put you on hold, and I'm going to put it on the computer, and you won't hear me talk for a second, and then I'll be back. As you see, I went over and I did that, and I put my 2 lines on, and I graphed them by clicking them on the first point of my y-intercept and then doing my slope. And then I'm going to check my answer, and it says fantastic, okay, and then I'm going to save it. It says I have not completed the question yet, and it looks like I completed the question. Well, I did the first part, I graphed it, so I want to leave this, no. Now I need to type in the answer. And the answer would be wherever the x is, which is at -2. So I need to type in -2. Hold on. I typed in -2, check my answer, nice work. Now I'm finished. Okay. So I had a similar exercise. Do I have to do similar exercises? Most definitely not. I can just do the one and go on. And I can do them in any order that I want to do them in. Okay, let's talk about, now remember, I told you this, you can do the questions over and over again. So I can go back and do another question 5 and a question 11 until I get perfect on my homework. On your quizzes and tests, you only get one answer. So you want to make sure that it's correct. Now, if I go into my chapter test, it says, am I ready to start? So I'm going to start. There is no time limit on it. So I did the first question already, and I'm moving on. I can see I did the first question because it's got a answered with a circle on it. I'm going to go to my next one. Okay. Actually, I'm going to go to another one that would be easier for me to type in. Apparently not many of them. Okay, so I'm going to do this. I'm going to answer it. Okay, then when I'm ready to get out of here, let's say I've only done 4 questions and I want to get out, do not hit submit quiz, because when you hit submit quiz, it means the quiz is over. So if you have 5 days to take the quiz or 3 days to take the quiz, whatever it is, you can do it in pieces, but do not hit submit quiz. What you do is you pull it down, you cancel it out, and then you can go back into the quiz. It tells you it's incomplete. I've started it, but I can go back into the quiz again. If I hit submit quiz, I cannot go back into the quiz again. You need to submit the quiz by the deadline. If you do not submit the quiz by the deadline, I will submit it for you. Okay, and on the quiz and test, you only have one chance to do each question. So please do them carefully before you hit next question, because you can't go back. Okay, so that's my overall summary right now on my MATHLAB. If you have any questions on my MATHLAB as we're going along, please email me, let me know, and I'll be glad to help you. But you can use this tutorial to try to get you to navigate through this.